Major physiographic divisions of India. In this part, we will study major physiographic divisions, the Himalayan Mountains. There are 6 physiographic divisions which are grouped in the following ways: the Himalayan Mountains, the Northern Plains, the Peninsular Plateau, the Indian Desert, the Coastal Plain, and islands. These all in detail we will study one by one. The first major physiographic division we are going to study the Himalayan Mountains. Himalayan mountains are divided in two ways: the longitudinal and with the border of the rivers. The Himalayan mountains. The Himalayas are young fold mountains which are the loftiest and one of the most rugged mountain barrier of the world. This is the one youngest mountain in the world and loftiest snow covered and also most rugged mountain barrier of the world. The length of Himalaya. The Himalayas are 2400 km long. From west to east, the length of Himalaya is 2400 km. The width of Himalaya 400 km to 150 km. In the west, it is more wide. 400 km is in the west, and in the east 150 km. The Himalayas have three parallel ranges in the longitudinal extent. These are in the following ways: Great or the Inner Himalayas, which is also called Himadri. Second, Middle Himalayas or Himachal, and third, Outer Himalayas or the Shivalik. Three parallel ranges of the Himalaya: first, second, third. First, Great Himalaya, then Lesser Himalaya and Shivalik. First we will see about the Great Himalaya. About Great Himalaya, this is the northernmost range which is known as the Great or Inner Himalaya. This is also known as the Himadri. It is the most continuous range consisting of the loftiest peaks with an average height of 6,000 meters. The average height is 6,000 meters. World's highest peaks are located in this range. All highest peaks are located in this range. It contains all the prominent Himalayan peaks. That peaks are Mount Everest, Kanchenjunga, Dhaulgiri, Annapurna, Nanda Devi, Kamet, Namcha Barwa, Gurla. These all peaks are located in this range. The folds of Great Himalayas are asymmetrical in a nature. Asymmetrical, not a same. The core of this part of Himalaya is composed of granite. It is the permanently snowbound, and a number of glaciers descend from this range. Throughout year, this is a snow covered, and many glaciers are located in this region, like Gangotri, Siachen. These are the source of other rivers. The Gangotri is the source of the Ganga. The second range, which is looking here, number second is given here again. This is the second. Lesser Himalaya. This is also known as the Lesser Himalaya. The range lying to the south of the Himadri from the most rugged mountain system and is known as Himachal or the Lesser Himalaya. The ranges are mainly composed of high compressed and altered rocks. The rocks are not one kind, different kinds are here, but they are in a way of alternate positions of the rocks. The altitude varies between 3,700 and 4,500 meters. The altitude height is in between 3,700 and 4,500 of the Himachal or the Lesser Himalaya. The average width of this range is 50 km, while the Pir Panjal range, from the longest and the most important range, the Dhualdhar and the Mahabharata range are also prominent ones. This range consists of the famous valley of Kashmir, the Kangra and Kulu Valley in Himachal Pradesh. This region is well known for the hill stations. The Himachal range or the Lesser Himalaya is well known for the hill stations. Picturesque locations are here, so people come here and visit to look the nature. The third range. So in this map again you are looking, the same map is having in your book also. The southmost range is a Shivalik range. This is the southmost range, which is the Shivalik. The first one Himadri, second Himachal, and this one Shivalik. These are the continuous ranges from north to south. Himadri, Himachal and Shivalik. In this way you can keep in mind. The outermost range of the Himalaya is called the Shivalik. The extent or width of 10 to 50 km and have an altitude varying between 900 and 1100 meters. The altitude decreases from north to south. The northernmost, the average height was the 6,000 average it was. Then the Himachal height was 3,700 to 4,500. Now Shivalik, this is very little than the Himadri, 900 and 1100 meters. These ranges are composed of unconsolidated sediments brought down by rivers from the main Himalayan range located further north. These valleys are covered with thick gravel and alluvium. The longitudinal valley lying between Lesser Himalaya and the Shivalik are known as dunes. The dunes most found in the Shivalik Himalaya, Dehradun, Kotli Dune and Patli Dune are some of the well-known dunes are located in this region. Beside the longitudinal divisions, the Himalayas have been divided on the basis of regions from west to east. These divisions have been demarcated by river valleys. The longitudinal divisions we saw, Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik. These ranges were parallel. Now again in the another way, the divisions of Himalaya we are looking from west to east. These divisions are demarcated with the borders of the rivers. The rivers are used here as the border. The part of Himalayas lying between Indus and Satluj has been traditionally known as a Punjab Himalaya. First division, Punjab Himalaya in between Indus and Satluj. Second division is Kumayu Himalaya. Kumaun Himalaya in between Satluj and Kali. The third division, which is called Nepal Himalayas, in between Kali and Tista. And the fourth division, Assam Himalayas, or the Eastern Himalaya between Tista and Dibang. On this map you can look the divisions and the rivers how demarcated. The part of Himalayas lying between Indus and Satluj has been traditionally known as the Punjab Himalaya, but it is also known regionally as the Kashmir and Himalaya from west to east respectively. The part of Himalayas lying between Satluj and Kali, the river Satluj is here and Kali. In between this part is called Humayun Himalaya. The Kali and Tista rivers demarcates the Nepal Himalaya from Kali to Tista, Nepal Himalaya. And the part lying between Tista and Dihang river is known as Assam Himalaya. There are regional names also in these broad categories. That regional names you have to find out. The Brahmaputra marks the easternmost boundary of the Himalayas. The Brahmaputra here, the blue line, which is marking the easternmost boundary of the Himalaya. From here, the beyond the Dihang Gorge, the Himalayas bend sharply to the south and spread along the eastern boundary of India. This range, this is called Purvanchal. Purva, East, Achal, mountain. They are known as the Purvanchal or the eastern hills of mountains. These hills running through the north eastern states and mostly composed of strong sandstones which are sedimentary rocks covered with dense forest. This range is covered with a dense forest. They mostly run as a parallel ranges and valleys. The Purvachal comprises the Patkoi Hills, the Naga Hills, Manipur Hills and Mizo Hills. In this way, we have studied the Himalaya, its location and longitudinal or the parallel divisions and the divisions on the basis of regions also.